Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for the Pacific Rim Championship, round 4, here at Fuji International Speedway. And let me tell you a bit about the Pacific Rim Championship. You should know already, really, by round 4, but let me give you some background. The Pacific Rim Championship drivers will take to the Group 3 cars made in either the USA or Japan and race them for 10 rounds in their homelands and their opponent's backyard, with a randomly drawn double points neutral location for round 10. The format is 2 40-minute endurance races with almost free tyre compound choice. Strategies are going to be key. Points can only be awarded for results at the end of race 2. So you've got to think the 2 40 minutes, it's one race with a break, like a pace car or something. The second race will be a rolling start of the results of the first race. Anything else to tell you? Like I said, super soft tyres can only be used for one stint, and last round we saw some people opted not even to use the super softs. Right, that's that. Let me get on to the championship positions, and then I'll explain the grid, and then we'll be away. Okay, try and be quick. Mika Wivry is in the chat saying afternoon, just afternoon. Yes, just a couple of minutes. So top of the table is Racer Brown on 61 points in second place. Boosted Alpha on 49 points in third. Gazman on 47 points. Homesick Alien is in fourth with 34 points. Alphanaut is fifth on 33 points. Skyjacker sixth on 29 points. Seventh is Dutch on 23 points. Catula sitting in eighth on 20.5 points. 9th is Jokus on 19 points. 10th Noxie for 18 points. 11th Rivixter also on 18 points. Shadow Rider is in 12th on 13 points. Bunny 13th with 5 points, and Nude Lester sitting in 14th on 4 points. But the bottom 3 have only taken part in one round. So the grid is based on the championship, but a random number is drawn during the week, and the grid is reversed from that point. So as we can see, Rivixter is sat on pole, and he was 11th in the championship. We are assuming number 11 was the number drawn. In the chat, Homesick Alien says, unfortunately just going out, look forward to it when I get back. Okay, I can't wait to watch you race. You got a fine podium the last round, did Homesick, for the American manufacturers. So let us go down the grid and see. That was the wrong button to press. That was the button I wanted. So on pole we have a Rivixter in his Subaru. Second on the grid is a Noxie. Keep an eye on their tyres as well. Rivixter was on Racing Soft. Noxie opting to start in his Mazda on the soft. Jokus there in third on the super soft, so he's looking racy at the beginning, staring down that long straight tight corner. So it's a scary standing start race, this one. Dutch in fourth on his Racing Softs in his Ford. Skyjacker in his Corvette on Racing Softs in fifth. Sixth is Alphanaut in his Honda, and he is starting on the Racing Softs. Seventh is Homesick Alien. He's also on the Racing Softs for his Mustang. Gazman starting eighth, also on Racing Softs for Subaru. 9th there is Boosted Alpha, also in a Subaru on Racing Softs. Shadow Rider makes his return in the Subaru he's going to start on Racing Softs. And Bunny there in 11th, starting on the Super Softs. That's a mountain to climb, but anything can happen in this first corner. So, oh God, without further ado, Barney McGrew, we will crack on. Let me have a little sip of my latte, and then I'll press play. Make you wait. A bit of patience there, guys. Oh yeah, smooth. So, play. They're sat on the grid for round 4 here at Fuji for the Pacific Rim Championship. Rivixter on pole, waiting for the lights to turn. for 40 minutes in this first race. There we can see them coming down towards the start. Joker's having an absolutely amazing start in that Corvette. Dutch up into third in his Ford, and oh my lord, they've gone wide. Rivixter also going wide. The top three going wide. Noxie there swinging around, taking up the lead with Skyjacker in second place. Alpha not there in third. Homesick Alien down into fourth. There is a up into fourth, should I say. Shadow Rider fifth. Wow, Shadow Rider was right near the back, wasn't he? Gazman there in sixth. Gazman in on the track. Shadow Rider not on the track. Shadow Rider now down. No, Shadow Rider was on the track. I don't know. There's Boosted Alpha in seventh. Rivixter getting back on track in eighth place with Dutch ninth. Jokers there in 10th, and Bunny back there in 11th. Wow, he's got some lag issues as Bunny there, and Noxie under threat from the Corvette of Skyjacker as they're making their way round for this 40-minute race. The Mazda ahead of the Chevy with the Honda close behind, but there's the Mustangs taking a move. Homesick Alien making a move on Alpha Nut, but Alpha Nut now got the inside line and he's going to use it to get back up into third spot, and Homesick Alien now just has to wait for the straight. Gazman losing it on the curb, he's losing the Subaru on the curb, and now Boosted Alpha moving up into fifth spot ahead of, well, Shadow Rider also getting ahead of Gazman after he got the loosey-goosey Subaru on the curbs there. They're going down the straight with Noxie leading from Skyjacker, Alpha Nut and Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien trying to use the toe and get up the inside. Down behind them you can see Boosted Alpha, Shadow Rider and Gazman all moving to the inside, trying to avoid the toe on each other, and Homesick Alien sits in tight on the inside. Can he make it stick? It looks like it does, and there Homesick Alien in the Mustang up into third place ahead of Alpha Nut. Oh, back there we had Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider has had an off. My word, we saw them three coming down the straight together, trying to avoid the toe, all coming to the inside there. Shadow Rider behind Boosted Alpha. Shadow Rider pulling out of the toe and moving up into fifth, but Gazman there. Gazman on, oh, Gazman losing it on the outside of the corner. So Gazman down in seventh, and oh, there goes Shadow Rider. I don't know if he had much room. He was on the curbs, and it's a big off for Shadow Rider, returning back to the track in 10th place. Oh, 11th with Jokers just coming past with a bit of damage there. Oh no. So Noxie there in first place with Skyjacker hounding him for that position. We're only on the second lap. Loads have happened. Homesick Alien there in third with Alpha not far behind in fourth. Boosted Alpha in fifth ahead of Gazman. Bunny now up into seventh. Eighth for Rivixter, who's got Dutch sitting right on his bumper in his Ford GT, looking for a way past. That is such a bad camera angle. There we go. Shall we get on board with getting on board with Dutch, sat in 9th place so far. Skyjacker's in the lead. Sorry, I have to cut this short. I have to go back to see what has. Oh, when did that happen then? So here we see Skyjacker harrying Noxie up the inside, trying to take first place. There he does. He gets the inside line, and Homesick also swooping in there, it seems, to get past Noxie. Noxie dropping down into third place, and Alpha not looking for a way past Noxie also. So Skyjacker now the leader of the race ahead of Homesick Alien, with Noxie down into third place, just poised though to get the toe back off the Mustang if he can. But I'm imagining that Chevy and Mustang quite fast in a straight line. The Yanks good at that. Can't make a car to go around the corner, but they can definitely make it go fast in a straight line. There they go. Grunt. So Noxie falling into the clutches of the Honda of the Alpha Nut, trying to get that inside line from the Mazda. Side by side going into the corner, but Alpha's got the inside line, and Alpha takes third spot from Noxie. Noxie trying to come back at Alpha now, using the grunt of the Mazda to try and get around, but Alpha Nut there securely into a third spot ahead of Noxie's Atenza. And Boosted Alpha trying to get somewhat closer. Boosted Alpha being the fastest man on track on lap 2 with a 34.5. And Gazman a 36.9 ahead of Bunny, who's ahead of Rivixter, who's pulled away now from Dutch. Joker's there in 10th on his super soft tyres, ahead of a Shadow Rider who we saw on the curbs and spun around. Skyjacker with his hands full now. Homesick Alien catching him right up. Coming around ready to grab the toe from him. We're only 4.5 minutes into this 40-minute race, and this is the first race of 2 40-minute races. In the chat, Pat's turned up. Hello, just in time by the look of it. Mika Wivery answering, yep, we've just started. Only just started. We're in for the long haul here. Sat on board the Mustang of Homesick Alien in 2nd spot. He's grabbing a toe. He's got it. And there he pulls alongside the Chevy. A drag race down to the first corner. Looks like the Mustang's just edged it ahead. Got the inside line. And there, oh, is he overbraked himself? It looks like he's asked the Mustang for a little too much, and Skyjacker swoops around underneath the Mustang and takes back the lead of the race. Homesick Alien being caught out by the speed of the toe. Alphanaut in 3rd ahead of Noxie. Noxie now under pressure from a very fast Boosted Alpha, and they are battling it side by side around the long sweeping left corner, the 100R. Boosted Alpha getting the inside line on Noxie now, as they leave that, heading down towards Coca-Cola. No, got that wrong, I think. No, 300R, I think that was. This would be the Dunlop chicane, but it's not a chicane. That one's called 13th corner, I know that much. So Skyjacker is leading from Homesick Alien, but Alphanaut now coming back at the Alien. We saw the Alien take Alphanaut early on in this race, and it seems Alphanaut bedding down to a nice pace. Homesick Alien last lap doing a 34.6, 34.9 from Alpha, so it's this lap that Alphanaut is really starting to pick up on the Mustang. Here we see, this is where the American Beasts come into play, heading down the straight. Up to 160 there for the Chevy, 62, up to 170 in the tow for Homesick Alien, 165 for the Honda. But Skyjacker maintains the lead into the first corner, with Homesick Alien somewhat closer than he was before, pulling away from Alphanaut with Boosted Alpha up into 4th. Noxie in 5th place with Gazman in 6th in the Subaru. I just don't know if the Subarus have got the grunt today. Bunny in 7th place. 8th is Dutch, ahead of Rivixter in the Ford GT. Rivixter in the Subaru, ahead of Jokus, who's in the Chevy, who's ahead of Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider now starting to find some pace in that car with a 35.3. Last time around, car 92, starting to shift it and catch up Jokus, who is just ahead of him. So, leading Skyjacker. Is this the one? Skyjacker before this has had an 8th in the first round, 6th in round 2, and 5th last time out. So he's been progressing up the places. Homesick Alien, he got the first taste of champagne in this championship last week with a 3rd place. And Alphanaut 5th, 4th and 6th. So the top 3. Boosted Alpha, he's had a win. And Racer Brown, we haven't seen him today, so Racer Brown, the current championship winner, leader. And it looks like Alphanaut making a move on Homesick Alien. Alphanaut got the fastest lap, last lap, 34.1. Homesick Alien did a 34.6. They're side by side, going around the first corner. Now they're heading up towards Coca-Cola. There. And Alphanaut into 2nd spot, with Homesick Alien down into 3rd. Boosted Alpha 34.2 from Boosted Alpha last time around. 34.6 from the Mustang. So the Mustang's hurting with something. Could it be tyres already on lap 6? Boosted Alpha, he definitely is catching up the Mustang. Noxie They're leaving him a little bit behind, but he went faster than he has gone before on lap 5 with a 35.333. Gazman managing a 35 dead, so Gazman starting to catch up. Noxie Bunny did a 35.001 in 7th, ahead of Dutch. He's got Jokers looking like he's catching him up. Jokers doing a 35 dead last time around on his super soft tyres. Rivixter down to 10th. Shadow Rider a lot closer to these guys now, a 35.0 for him also last time around. So there we see Skyjacker leading from Alpha Knight. So right bunched up here. We'll get on board with Boosted Alpha as we go down the straight for the 6th time, just starting our 7th time. And there, Homesick getting the toe on the Honda, and Boosted Alpha also nipping up there, trying to get it off of Homesick Alien. Has he outbraked himself? He stayed within, but oh, Alpha not making an amazing move up in the inside of both of them as they were fighting. I want to have to go back, sorry. I totally missed Alpha's move there. I know it's a long race. So Alpha, I'm going to even sit on board because that must have been absolutely satisfying as hell. Braking into the first corner, we see Boosted Alpha going up the inside of... Oh, yeah. Oh, that must have been satisfying, Alpha. Beautiful stuff. So Alpha moving back up into 2nd place with a beautiful move on Homesick and Boosted Alpha that was racing for 2nd place at the time. Both late braking into the corner each other. But they forgot Alpha was just sat there waiting. So Homesick down into 3rd, Boosted Alpha in 4th. Boosted Alpha just keeps reeling off those fastest laps though, at 34.1 last time around, and now he's just moved up into 3rd spot ahead of Homesick Alien. And I mean, his tyres don't look like they're wearing, but it looks like the Mustang struggling with pace. Can only manage those low 35s out of the toe. Gazman up into 6th. He's got himself ahead of Noxie. Noxie doing a 36.4 his last time around. Gazman a 34.7. So Gazman on an absolute push. He's 3rd in the championship, remember. Only 2 points behind Boosted Alpha. No Racer Brown this week. And Boosted Alpha is up into 3rd. So Gazman does not want to hang around, but Noxie coming back at him. And Noxie should get a great tow, you would imagine, coming down this start straight, sitting on board the Mazda. Behind Gazman, just ahead of Bunny. And yeah, you can see that tow, beautiful. Gazman moving to the defensive line. Up ahead, Skyjack still leading from Alpha Nut with Boosted Alpha in 3rd, Homesick Alien in 4th, Gazman in 5th. Ahead of Noxie, who we are on board with now. Beautiful stuff. Noxie not quite managing to get ahead of Gazman that lap round, but he's got some good pace. As we sit behind the Subaru, we're nearly 12 minutes into this 40-minute race on lap 8. No one's pitted yet. We noticed at Suzuka it was like they were managing to go halfway, one stop. So loads of battles. Skyjacker leading from, looks like Alpha Nut now catching up. Skyjacker, Alpha Nut really starting to go for the half win, I guess, because, you know, after 40 minutes they stop and start again on a rolling start like there would be a pace car. And that is all of my fault because, oh, Skyjacker's out wide. Oh my word. Skyjacker having a spin. So Alpha not moving up into 1st place with Boosted Alpha into 2nd place. Homesick Alien in 3rd. Skyjacker recovering in 4th place ahead of Gazman. But Gazman, we've seen his pace is on an absolute push now. Is Skyjacker just, no, he's staying out there, half tank of fuel. Can he stay ahead of Gazman? Gazman in 5th place. That's the 2nd time in 2 rounds that we've seen Skyjacker lead in a race. Just losing the back end of that Chevy. It's not easy to drive. And now Gazman all over the back of the Corvette. Further back we see Noxie with Bunny trying to find a way past. Bunny doing a 34.8 his last time around. Noxie a 35.5, so Noxie needs to find a bit more pace in this car. He hasn't managed to get into the 34s yet, with Bunny and Gazman both in. Ooh, Skyjacker, that was a tough one. Gazman only into the 34s once, though most of his laps are in the 35s, so Boosted Alpha's now leading. Oh my. Okay. Boosted Alpha's been leading for ages, it seems. So going into the down that start straight on start of lap 9, Alpha not leading from Boosted Alpha, and Boosted Alpha making a lovely little move there, a little up the inside move on Alpha not. Then Alpha not down into second place, Subaru on Honda, with Homesick Alien sitting in third place. A 35.1 last time round from Homesick Alien. Boosted Alpha managing a 34.5, and Alpha not a 34.7. So yes, lovely move from Boosted Alpha there, getting himself up into the lead of this first part of the race. Still no one yet to make a pit stop. 13.5 minutes into this race. We're on lap 9. Homesick Alien third, Skyjacker down to fourth after his spin, ahead of Gazman. He's pulled away from Gazman now, it seems. I don't know if it's far enough to break the toe as they come round to the end of this next lap. Noxie looking like he's catching up with excuse me, with Gazman, and bringing Bunny along with him. Jokus now ahead of Rivixter, Shadow Rider ahead of Dutch. Bit of racing down the back here we've missed, it seems, with all of the drama up front. And we've got Dutch down in 11th, with Shadow Rider trying to get past Rivixter, and Rivixter trying to get past Jokus. This is awesome, crazy driving round here, brilliant stuff. Shall we get on board with Rivixter as they hit the straight? Oh god, why am I pressing that button? That's not the button I wanted. So it looks like Rivixter and Shadow Rider side by side, Subaru on Subaru action here as they chase Jokus down, and the GT Ford just behind them are trying to make a move also in their tow. Who's it going to be? Shadow Rider, Rivixter's on the inside, Shadow Rider around the outside. Dutch is looking to try and get himself there, but no, they've all stayed as they were. So that means Jokus there in 8th place. He did a 36.5 the last time round. He's out wide there. Rivixter just ahead of Shadow Rider with a 37.5 his last time around. Shadow Rider a 35.9, and Dutch doing a 35.4, his fastest so far in the race. Ooh, looks like Jokus has dropped for some reason. Jokus dropping down the order. Rivixter managing to get past, so Rivixter now up into 8th with Jokus in 9th. Dutch is up into 10th, and Shadow Rider down into 11th, shuffling around down at the back of the pack here. Amazing racing. So Rivixter ahead of Jokus. Jokus still on those super soft tyres now. Rivixter has made a mistake, and Jokus, no, Rivixter's coming back at Jokus. So Rivixter back into 8th with Jokus in 9th. Dutch trying to defend from Shadow Rider. What a hustle and a bustle down in the back. Gazman's gone into the pits with his racing soft tyres. We're 16 minutes into this race. It's a little bit early. Boosted Alpha still leading the way from Alpha Nut. These two are very close. Homesick Alien staying out there on those racing softs also. 35.5 for Homesick the last time around. Skyjacker in the Corvette 34.9, so he has got the grip between his teeth. He's only got a quarter of a tank of fuel, and so has the Mustang. Brilliant stuff. There is Bunny up into 5th place with Gazman's pit stop. He is on the Racing Super Softs, and he's got Noxie very close behind there. Noxie doing a 35.7 the last time around, Bunny doing a 35.5, so nothing in it between the two of those. Dutch up into 7th now. Wow, that battle at the back. Rivixter in 8th. Shadow Rider now ahead of Jokus. Gazman coming out of the pits in 11th. Racing Softs, full tank of fuel. Can he make that go all the way till the end? I am not sure. They've only used a quarter of a tank up till this point, so maybe, possibly. So from one Subaru at the back of the pack, then we go to the second one at the front of the pack, ahead of the Honda of Alphanaut. Alphanaut trying to get that toe up this straight, to get a move on up the inside of Boosted Alpha. Boosted Alpha moving defensive to the inside. Alphanaut heading up alongside. Alphanaut just edging up ahead of Boosted Alpha. But no, Boosted Alpha maintaining that inside line. Alphanaut having to rethink his strategy. Is he going to go for a late break-up? No, the inside there. Fantastic racing from Boosted Alpha and Alphanaut up at the front. Homesick Alien there in third. Flashman in the chat saying afternoon all. Hello, Flashman. There is Skyjacker trying to catch Homesick Alien up. He's done a 34.7 his last time around. Homesick Alien a 35.4. So nearly half a second faster a lap is Skyjacker in the Corvette on Homesick in the Mustang. Fantastic race there up ahead of us. Bunny in 5th place. He's on the super soft tyres. He's dropped Noxie. We saw Noxie was racing Bunny earlier, but now Bunny being able to pull a little bit of breathing room ahead of Noxie. Fantastic there. There is Dutch up into 7th place, still not pitted. Rivixter in 8th. Gazman now moving through the order after his pit stop. He's got fresher rubber on. Shadow Rider in 10th, ahead of Jokus, who's dropped down into 11th. Looks like he has also pitted. He's got rid of those super softs and he's put some racing softs on now, and he's out there to make something happen. Boosted Alpha still leading the way. Looks like he's moved away from Alphanaut quite a lot. 36.5 last time around from Alphanaut. Boosted Alpha at 34.5, so nearly 2 seconds faster in that one lap. Homesick Alien closing in on Alphanaut, and he's got Skyjacker closing in on Homesick Alien. So we've got a lovely juicy little three-way battle soon between the Honda and the two American brand cars. There is Bunny. He managed a 34.8 the last time around, ahead of Noxie. 36.9. Noxie's tyres may be hurting him now. Quarter of a tank of fuel. Dutch under fire from Gazman. Gazman into the first corner, trying to make a move on Dutch, but Dutch maintains the racing line and stays ahead for 7th place. But Gazman really on the move since his pit stop. Rivixter there in 9th place, ahead of Shadow Rider. That battle has been ongoing this whole race so far. We're 20 minutes into this race. We are at the halfway mark. So I imagine a lot of people diving into the pit, especially with Gazman making up so much time out there. 34.9 the last time around for him. He's going for the inside of Dutch this time. Is he going to make it stick? Gazman on Dutch. Dutch still saying he's in 7th place. Wow, he's making it difficult for Gazman. Gazman trying all he can on the GT Ford. The GT Ford's out wide. Gazman's going to go for the inside line, and he makes it stick. Gazman up into 7th after his pit stop, ahead of Dutch. Dutch off. Oh, he loses the back end. Dutch down to 10th. All that hard work. Shadow Rider up into 9th. 8th. Rivixter. The leaders are pitted. Boosted Alpha. Bunny. Homesick Alien. Alphanaut. Skyjacker opting to stay out there, even though his fuel is flashing. Can he make that last a lap? Noxie also coming in. So Boosted Alpha and Alphanaut are the two you're waiting to see. Gazman made that early pit stop, but he's only just coming down the start straight. Boosted Alpha, he's coming out, but he's out behind Alphanaut. Alphanaut out on track first. He short-filled it. Alphanaut short-filled it by a very little amount, but it doesn't matter. Makes a mistake coming out the pit lane, and Boosted Alpha slips it up the inside of Alphanaut there. Coming out of the pit, Skyjacker then staying out with a flashing fuel. There is Boosted Alpha in 2nd after his pit stop. Alphanaut in 3rd after his pit stop. Homesick Alien coming out 4th after his pit stop, and he's got Bunny really snapping at his heels after his pit stop. Gazman there, he made the early stop. Can he make it the fuel last till the end of this race? And those tyres, he's got himself ahead of Noxie after Noxie's pit stop. Joker's there in 8th with his early pit stop, moving ahead of Shadow Rider and Rivixter. They've all been into the pits also, and we saw Dutch having a small off. Let's put him back to the back of the pack. Amazing racing here. So Skyjacker coming around, he's gonna have to pit. His fuel did last. Boosted Alpha And he's not that far behind, but where will Skyjacker drop out? He was chasing Homesick Alien, which Homesick Alien now has got his hands full with a Subaru sliding through the corners behind him. There goes Skyjacker into the pits. Or was that Bunny making a move on Homesick Alien before they've even reached the straight? No, he hasn't quite got the grunt out of the corner, but he will be getting the toe off of the Alien. There is Skyjacker still in the pits. Boosted Alpha's gone past. Alphanut's... Oh, it said Alphanut was leading. Sorry. Boosted Alpha leading the way into the first corner. Alphanut pulling out of the toe to have a look, but... just not quite got enough on the Boosted Alpha at the moment, but Alphanut on the inside. I said he was going to try a different tactic, and he's trying to go up the inside of Boosted Alpha. Not this lap. Homesick Alien there is ahead of Bunny, and Skyjacker has come out ahead of Gazman, but just. Skyjacker going on the racing soft tyres there behind Bunny, so he's lost a position to Bunny. But Bunny is on an absolute flyer at the moment, giving Homesick Alien nothing but trouble. Homesick Alien losing a bit of grip in that corner, and Bunny slipping it up the inside for third spot. Come on, Bunny, look at him go. Absolutely humdinger. How has Bunny did in the last race? He came 11th. I think he had to come into the pits or something. Something irregular happened, and I don't even think he needed to. I think he had enough fuel to get to the end. I can't remember. So Boosted Alpha leading Alphanut. It's all Japanese top three at the moment. 2 Subarus and a Honda. Homesick Alien, your top American manufacturer runner in his Ford Mustang. Skyjacker he's in 5th place ahead of Gazman in his Chevy Corvette. Gazman there in the Subaru in 6th place. Noxie in 7th in his Mazda Atenza, ahead of Jokers, who we saw made the best leaps from his early pit stop, ahead of Shadow Rider and Rivixter in 10th place. And Dutch we saw have a small spin, but he's coming back. He had a great round last round. He came 4th, showed some great form in that Ford GT, but it doesn't look like that it's working for him here. He's managed a 35.4, but Boosted Alpha in the 34s, pulling away from Alphanut for first and second. Alphanut managed a 34.5 his last time around. Boosted Alpha a 34.5 also, so they're doing exactly the same lap times at this present moment. Bunny getting ahead of Homesick Alien for 3rd place and starting to pull away from the Mustang. The Mustang struggling. He's got the grunt down the straights, but he just hasn't got the grip in the corners. And that Chevy is starting to catch him up, I believe. But he's bringing Gazman along with him. Gazman pitting earlier than everybody else, so his tyres probably will go off a lot sooner. Noxie in 7th place. Joker's back in 8th. Quite a big gap from Noxie. Noxie's still in play. He's still in play with these big boys. He can see the back end of Gazman. So Boosted Alpha just going onto the straight ahead of Alphanut, also on the straight. There you see Bunny just going onto the straight with Homesick Alien on the straight. Skyjacker is on the straight. Gazman is also on the straight with Noxie. So it's not a massive gap. 26 minutes into this race. Joker's a little bit further back with Shadow Rider tracking him. He's hunting him down in his Subaru. He's not too far behind. Shadow Rider did a 36.5 his last time around, with Jokers doing a 36.1. So Rivixter a 39.7. It's a tough lap for him on a lap 15. And Dutch we saw was catching him up. A 35.8 from Dutch last time around in 11th spot, trying to pick up the toe of that Subaru, and he'll be back in it soon. So Boosted Alpha leading convincingly now from Alphanut. He's dropping the Honda somewhat. Last time around a 34.5, a 35.1 from Alphanut. Bunny in 3rd place, doing a 34.5, and I think Homesick now is getting his hands full with a little bit of Chevy action. Looks like Homesick Alien struggling to keep that Mustang planted in the corners, and Skyjacker starting to get some traction up the inside of the Ford Mustang, coming on to the start straight. Looked like Skyjacker getting the better drive through the corner. He's picked up in the toe of the Mustang. Oh, there's a little bump draft to the Americans helping each other out here. Interesting stuff then, interesting. The Yanks, the Yankee Doodles trying to help each other out down the start straight. But there goes Skyjacker to try and, he's still going to try and get that inside line on Homesick Alien. But also trying to give him a little bump up the straight to help them catch up. The Japanese manufacturers ahead of them and pull away from Gasman maybe, because now it looks like they have made a bit of a gap from Gasman. Noxie trying to catch up Gasman. 36.3 for Noxie last time around. Gasman doing a 35.2. 35.8 from Skyjacker, and Homesick Alien managing a 36.0. It looks like Skyjacker anytime now. He's gone for the inside line. He's enjoying a lot more grip than the Mustang seems to be getting in the corners, and there he goes. He's moved up into 4th spot, but the Mustang coming back at him, and no, that's it. Chevy 4th, Mustang 5th. Now, interestingly, will Homesick Alien return the same favour up the start straight? You can see Gasman in the mirrors catching us up. We're sat on board the Mustang. Last time around we saw Skyjacker giving the Mustang a bit of a bump draft. Will Homesick Alien do something similar or go for it? No, yes. Look at that. Beautiful stuff there. I love it. I love a bit of team orders. He's also giving a bump draft right into turn 1. So Boosted Alpha is your leader on this race, 34.5. We are coming up to the 30-minute mark in this 40-minute race. Alphanaut there in 2nd place. He's getting closer. He's picking his pace up. He's got the fastest lap of the race with a 34.092. That is very, very impressive from Alphanaut. So coming into the last 10 minutes, half a tank of fuel, tyres looking absolutely fine. We've got Alphanaut closing down Boosted Alpha. Bunny there, he did a 34.4 his last time around, so Bunny on an absolute flyer here. Skyjacker we've been watching, racing Homesick Alien there in 4th, with Homesick Alien in 5th. Gasman there in 6th place. He can still see the 2 cars ahead of him. Noxie in 7th, chasing down Gasman. He's got a nice big gap from behind him. Shadow Rider coming out top of that little battle in 8th, ahead of Jokus, with Rivixter in 9th and Dutch there in 11th. Shadow Rider will be happy in about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. The field will be closed back up for a rolling start, and we'll be go again. And it's only the points of the 2nd race that counts. Gasman, it wasn't enough. Well, fuel was, he wants the tyres. But Gasman, and we saw it work for him last time around, he just drove past the cars, he ended up behind. There was a huge gap behind Noxie. It looks like that's what he's going to fall out into, so he's not really lost a heap of time. Homesick Alien, yeah, in 5th. So he was only ahead of Noxie. He's come out in 7th. Shadow Rider is only just coming down the start straight. Did we just see someone really close to each other? Oh, Alphanaut and Boosted Alpha. Alpha has somehow got past Boosted Alpha. We saw they were catching each other up. Here we go. It looks like he did it in the toe. Did I stutter? So, Alphanaut, we saw his pace being a lot better than Boosted Alpha in the last few laps, and there he goes up the inside of Boosted Alpha. Nothing Boosted Alpha could do there. So yeah, brilliant move by Alphanaut, as it was at the same time Gasman nipped into the pits. So there you go, beautiful stuff. Alphanaut now leading the race. Looks like Boosted Alpha though wants a piece of that action, trying to get all up in Alphanaut's business. We've got the 2 Alphas in the group fighting it out. With less than 9 minutes left of race 1 to go. We'll move on to race 2. That will be a lot of fun. Whoa! As we break into the corner. Alpha braking a little bit earlier than Boosted Alpha, but it's alright. It all worked out okay in the end. Alpha not leading the way. 34.8 his last time around. Boosted Alpha at 34.7. Boosted Alpha's going to get the toe in this straight though. Can he come back at Alphanut as they come around the final corner? He's looking, oh, he's lost the back end a little bit. So Boosted Alpha sitting in the toe of Alphanut as they go down the very long straight of Fuji International Speedway. He's gone for the inside line on Alphanut. Nothing Alphanut can do from here on in. Just hope that Boosted Alpha messes his braking points up. And Alpha already braking, so's Boosted Alpha. Boosted Alpha moving slightly ahead. Can Alphanut cut underside of him? And no, it has done. Decisively. Boosted Alpha back into the lead ahead of Alphanut, with Bunny sitting in third in his Subaru, all on his own term, with Skyjacker and Homesick Alien still fighting it out there. Homesick Alien now doing some amazing lap times, a 34.6 and a 34.8 the last times around. Skyjacker 34.3 and a 34.8. I think they're bump drafting each other into the 34s. Noxie a 35.1 last time around from him. Gazman we saw pit in to get a bit of fresh rubber on. He only lost that position from Noxie, but now he's got it all to do to catch Noxie back up. I don't know if anyone is going to be pitting in front of him. Shadow Rider pulling away from Jokus now, and Jokus really pulled away from Rivixter. Rivixter and Dutch looking like they're really in a battle at the moment. Dutch in 11th. Remember finishing 4th last round at Suzuka. Dutch managing to get that Ford GT up into 4th place. He's going for the inside line. He lent a little bit heavily on the Subaru there. Rivixter, part of the braking mechanism for the Ford GT, but he's let him get back through, I assume. And it looks like Rivixter and Dutch having an absolute ding-dong at the back of the field. Oh, Dutch having a massive off, it looks like. So Rivixter, I don't even know whereabouts he is. What's that, the last corner? No. So Dutch there, finding the boundaries of the track. Up in the lead, Boosted Alpha still ahead of Alphanut, but Alphanut looking like he's closing that gap down. There really is nothing in it between these two, with these two bickering though. 34.6 from Boosted Alpha last time around, a 35.0 for Alphanut. Bunny doing a 34.6. Is he pulling them in? Can he join that fight? Oh dear. His fuel's flashing though, with 34 minutes into this race. So just over 5 minutes left of racing. It looks like Boosted Alpha, Bunny will have to come into the pits. That'll help Skyjacker and Homesick Alien. Looks like Skyjacker, Skyjacker having a small off, giving Homesick Alien that opportunity to get himself back up into 4th place ahead of the Corvette. So now Homesick Alien taking 4th from Skyjacker. Skyjacker's back end starting to step out on him. Noxie, he's a little bit further back from these guys. He's got more of a worry from a fast-moving Gazman after his pit stops. He's really closed the gap down on Noxie. On those fresh tyres, it really helps him out. There goes Bunny. We said he would have to come into the pits, so that means Homesick Alien moving back up into a podium position. Skyjacker following him through to 4th. Bunny still in the pits getting some fuel. Is that going to put Noxie up into 5th place? It does, with Gazman moving up to 6th. Bunny's now moving. He's getting underway. And Bunny back out into 5th ahead of Skyjacker. Is it? Hang on. 5th, yeah. No, behind Skyjacker, sorry. Oh, there's Skyjacker in 4th. Bunny out in 5th ahead of Gazman, who has now got himself ahead of Noxie. We've got 4 minutes left of racing. Noxie in 7th, Shadow Rider 8th, Jokus is in 9th place, 10th for Rivixter, and it looks like he's dropped Dutch now. Dutch looks like he's just ghosted. So I don't know if what Dutch Dutch might have some issues in that car. So Boosted Alpha still leading this first part of the race until it stops, goes to a rolling start like a pace car, safety car situation. Alpha in second place. Who's going to win this race? It's nothing between Boosted Alpha and Alphanaut. Homesick Alien up into third, trying to keep Skyjacker at bay. I think Skyjacker a little bit quicker than Homesick Alien, but that Corvette very skittish over the curbs. Skyjacker finding it a struggle to keep it tamed. There, Homesick in a very solid third at the moment. Bunny had to come into the pits. He's put half a tank of fuel in that just for a few minutes. May have overfilled that bad boy. So Bunny in fifth. Gazman there in sixth. Dropping Noxie. That's the difference between a tyre change. Gazman doing his fastest lap on lap 22 at 34.616. Noxie maintaining 7th place. Shadow Rider just coming down the straight ahead of Jokus in 9th. Rivixter there in 10th. And Dutch sitting in 11th spot. So Boosted Alpha, it's nothing between the two of them. Sitting on board with Alphanaut. We have got just over 2 minutes left of racing here until we start the second race under a rolling start. Alphanaut would love to be at the front of that rolling start, I imagine, as would Boosted Alpha. As we come to the start straight, Alphanaut trying to get a tow from Boosted Alpha. Homesick Alien further back, still in third place, but he's fighting Skyjacker with all his might. Crosses the line of 34.6 from Alphanaut in the tow still. Down to 2.5 minutes of racing. No, 1.5 minutes, sorry, of racing. This will be the final lap, I think. It's going to be close though. They're doing 1:34s, so it's going to be very tight. Alphanaut getting purples in this last part of the race. Homesick Alien, Skyjacker still in their battle. Skyjacker, it says, up into no Homesick in third. They're side by side going around. Look at this, beautiful from the Americans. Skyjacker then in third. This is some battle between the Mustang and the Chevy, but the Chevy just pulling forward into third place. Homesick Alien back down into fourth. Bunny in fifth. Is he catching these guys up? Did a 34.6 his last time around. Homesick Alien a 34.9 and Skyjacker a 34.8. So the fresher rubber on Bunny's car not seeming to do much for him. Gazman can see Bunny in the background. 35.9 from Gazman last time around. 34.6. So Noxie a 35.5. Still within shooting distance of these guys. Boosted Alpha still leading. 20 seconds left of this race. These two are going to have to do another lap, I believe, because the timer won't run out before they cross the line, where everyone else, I think, it will. So there goes Boosted Alpha. We've got 3 seconds left. Alphanaut also crossing the line. These two. Skyjacker then coming across to consolidate the third place for the next race. Skyjacker third, Homesick Alien fourth. Bunny coming along to get that 5th place ahead of Gazman in 6th. Gazman coming over to cross the line in 6th. 7th for Noxie in this next race, the rolling star. Shadow Rider coming around in 8th. Where is he? Oh, he's just coming along the start straight. So there we see a Shadow Rider getting 8th spot for the next race. 9th for Jokus. Boosted Alpha is quite a way away still, and Alphanaut, there's a bit of a gap now between Boosted Alpha and Alphanaut. I think Alphanaut saving fuel. So Jokus there we see crossing the line for 9th spot, start 9th in the next race. Rivixter coming down the straight to consolidate that 10th, and Dutch we can see already finished in 11th. There's Dutch in 11th. Boosted Alpha pulling away from Alpha Nut, but I think Alpha Nut trying to conserve fuel on this last lap. And there, Boosted Alpha coming across to take first place in the first part of this round, but the points don't get awarded until the second race. So Boosted Alpha crossing line in first, and here we can see Alpha Nut finishing in second spot. Fantastic stuff. Let us quickly get the second race up and running, because that was riveting and we want to see more. So race 2 starting to be underway here. They'll be starting the finishing positions of that last race with a rolling start, and then we're all off again for another 40-minute race. I haven't really kept an eye on the Super Softs, but I think last round not everyone used the Super Softs, so it doesn't look like it's the choice tyre to be on. Boosted Alpha, Alpha Nut, Skyjacker, Homescalian, Bunny, Gazman, Noxy, Shadow Rider, Jokers, Rick Rickster and Dutch. That's your grid. Let's get rid of the big numbers. Let's go to Boosted Alpha. As he takes them away, he is starting on the Super Softs, Alpha Nut on the Softs, Skyjacker starting on the Softs, Homescalian on the Softs, Bunny's on the Softs, Gazman's starting for the Super Softs, Noxy going for Softs, Shadow Rider on the Softs, Joker's on the Softs, Rivixter starting on the Super Softs, and Dutch going for the Softs. So we're watching a Boosted Alpha. He's opted for the Super Soft tyre. See if he can build a buffer up from Alpha Nuts in this first half of this second race. This is the one the points are awarded for. This is the one that matters. So Boosted Alpha leading from Alpha Nut, Skyjacker trying to be defensive from our Homesick Alien already. Homesick Alien looks like they're all getting through the first corner. Okay, there's Bunny in 5th, Gazman 6th on those Super Softs. He'll be wanting to make some action happen early. Noxy in 7th, Shadow Rider up into 8th. Joker's under fire from Dutch, who started last, remember. So Rivixter already dropping down into 11th spot. There is Boosted Alpha pulling away from Alpha Nut on his Super Softs. Homesick Alien is ahead. Oh my lord, we've lost Skyjacker. Sorry guys, we'll have a quick look to see what happened to Sky. Oh no. So Skyjacker in 3rd place there, trying to make a move on Alpha Nut. Excuse me. He's on the curbs, and there you go. That Corvette does not like the curbs, and that is how Skyjacker went from 3rd to 11th. Still 40 minutes to go. We saw him do that in round 3, and he finished in 5th, so it'll be interesting to see how he cracks on in this race. And I am fighting the urge to call him Spinjacker. So Boosted Alpha leading the way from Alpha Nut on his Super Softs. He hasn't made that big of a buffer. Over 1 lap it seems. Homesick Alien in 3rd, ahead of Bunny in 4th. Gazman now up into 5th, Noxy 6th, with Shadow Rider snapping at his heels in 7th. Joker's there in 8th, ahead of Dutch in 9th. Rivixter up into 10th, with Skyjacker dropping down into 11th spot. Boosted Alpha then on those Super Soft tyres, trying to make hay whilst that sun is shining. Alpha Nut chasing him down, trying to grab the toe. He's only on the Racing Soft tyres. We found out last round the Super Softs could be a little bit more of a hindrance sometimes. Homesick Alien sitting in 3rd. He'll be happy with another 3rd place there for the American cars. We're not even at the ovals yet. Boosted Alpha leading from Alpha Nut, with Homesick Alien in 3rd. Gazman under a lot of pressure from Bunny. Bunny trying to make a move. Subaru on Subaru action here. And Bunny, we know, is fast. And he's on, but Gazman's on the Super Softs, where Bunny is only on the Softs. So Gazman might be the one that's making the moves here. Sorry. But Bunny trying to fight back against Gazman. And there we see Gazman has made that stick, I believe, up into 4th place, leaving Bunny in 5th. Shadow Rider up into 6th, ahead of Noxy now in 7th. But Noxy coming back at Shadow Rider. 40 minutes of racing, remember. before any points are awarded. There's Noxie going for a move up the inside of Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider, though, flipping it around and getting the inside of Noxie. So Shadow Rider on the move there, up into 6th place ahead of Noxie. In front of those, Bunny and Gazman still fighting it out. Gazman on the outside, and Bunny's moved up to 4th place ahead of Gazman. Gazman's got his hands full with this Subaru driver. They're coming down the start straight. He's getting a tow, is Gazman, trying to make the move up the inside for the first corner. Boosted Alpha still leading from Alphanaut, and Homesick Alien in 3rd, with Gazman trying to get past Bunny for 4th place. Bunny in 5th, trying to defend. It's all about the braking. Oh, Bunny turning in on Gazman there. Gazman maintaining the 4th place. Bunny still in 5th. Shadow Rider getting closer. It's a nice 3-way Subaru action going on there, and Noxie is hoping they all take each other out. To hell with all of them. Gazman out wide there in that corner, with Bunny there in 5th and Shadow Rider in 6th. Noxie 7th. So Boosted Alpha on his Super Softs doing a 34.0 on his first flying lap. He looks like he has left Alphanaut a bit behind. 34.8 on Alphanaut's first flying lap. Homesick Alien managing a 34.9. So they're all closed up in the racing softs. Gazman, oh my gosh, Gazman ahead of Bunny, who's Shadow Rider's trying to get through. We're on the Subaru train, woohoo. Shadow Rider out wide there, losing Gazman. Gazman's up in the 4th. Bunny is in 5th place, trying to keep on to the back of him. Shadow Rider now has got Noxie all over the back of him in his Mazda Atenza. That's going to be powerful down the start straight, so Shadow Rider will be under threat. Skyjacker on the comeback, already up into 8th from 11th. He's got past Rivixter, Jokus and Dutch, who's in 11th. Boosted Alpha still leading the way down the start straight. He's done a 34.1 on his second flying lap. Homesick Alien. So where's Alphanaut? Alphanaut's moved down to 3rd spot. Oh my. Sorry, I've gone back a bit too far there. So Alphanaut there in 2nd, chasing Boosted Alpha. He's on those racing softs, probably pushing a little bit harder. And there you go, the back end of the Honda just stepping out on him, and he's tried to recoup it the best he can, only losing the 1 spot to Homesick Alien, who moves up in 2nd. Alphanaut down into 3rd. Gazman with his hands full with Bunny, all over the place. He's doing a bit of rallying, is Gazman. He's off the track more than he's on the track at the moment. Bunny getting a tow down the start straight on Gazman. What a battle we've already had in the first 5 minutes of this race. There is Bunny trying to make the move. He's got the inside line on Gazman. Gazman's on those super soft tyres, but they're not helping against Bunny. But there is Gazman moving on the inside. Bunny's all his back end stepping all over the place, but Gazman's still not managing to get the job done. How frustrating for him. He must be absolutely fuming in that car just because he wants to get on with it, and Bunny is causing him a lot of aggravation. There is Shadow Rider, we saw making a small mistake going wide in that battle with Bunny and Gazman, ending up in Noxie's way, and Noxie still, I thought he was going to get the tow on him down the start straight, but obviously not. Skyjacker we saw up into 8th place ahead of Rivixter in 9th. Jokus there in 10th. They're pretty spread out, and there is Dutch a little bit further back, but Suzuka, that car worked an absolute treat, and is one of my favourite liveries. I don't know why, it looks 70s-ish. I quite like it, old school. So Boosted Alpha leading the way from Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien 35.3 last time around. Oh, it was 38, but that was because he had that off. But Alphanaut will be coming back at the Alien. Bunny seeming to shake off his Gazman issue now, up into 4th. Did a 34.4 that last time around. Gazman managing a 35.3. So Gazman not quite getting the lap times that Bunny is achieving. Shadow Rider a 35.2. There is Noxie in his tow, a 35.3 from Noxie. Noxie looking to make a move on that shaky back-ended Shadow Rider's Subaru. And Noxie closing right up. Sorry, pressing all the wrong buttons. Sat on board, Noxie in 7th spot. We're 7 minutes into this race, lap 5. Still a long way to go. Long way to go. This is our Thursday evening league in the Virtual Racers Club. It's the Pacific Rim Championship. It's round 4 here at Fuji International Speedway. Racer Brown is our championship leader on 61 points. He's not here for this round. Boosted Alpha second in the championship, 49 points. He's leading the race at the moment, to Racer Brown's dismay. In third is in the championship Gazman on 47 points. Gazman is in 5th place, fighting hard with Bunny. You can see all the cars just ahead of us. We can see Shadow Rider. Gazman just ahead of Shadow Rider. Ahead of Gazman, I think it's Bunny. Then it's not Skyjacker. Skyjacker's behind us in 8th. Who's ahead of Bunny? Bunny in 4th. Oh, it'd be Alpha not in 3rd. So trying to grab the toe of Shadow Rider's car here. Did a 35.1 our last time around. We're up to nearly 170 miles an hour before we brake into turn 1. And up ahead, we've got a fight between Alpha and Homesick Alien, I believe. There we see Homesick Alien trying to defend from Alphanaut. 36 dead last time around for Homesick Alien. Alphanaut doing a 34.6, so 1.5 seconds quicker than the Mustang. He's trying to make the move around the outside. Does he make it stick? It's looking good for the Alphanaut around the wall of death. And Homesick Alien still maintaining that 2nd place, but Alphanaut now getting that inside line. And it looks like they're side by side still. Alphanaut just stealing it away from Homesick Alien into the corners, late onto the brake. Great racing here from these two. Homesick Alien looking to make a small attack on the back of the Honda, but the Honda has got it all under control and he is moving off. Now Bunny closing in on the Mustang himself. He's trying to get up the inside of Homesick Alien. Whoa, looks like he bounced on something there. Awesome. But sat on board with Bunny in the toe of the Alien. Gazman's not far behind us. Wow, Homesick Alien closing up on Alphanaut. Alphanaut braking into the corner. And Homesick Alien not managing to just be able to pull up alongside that Honda at the moment, with Bunny in close pursuit and Gazman closing up on these guys again. Gazman doing a 34.4 his last time around. Bunny doing a 34.7. Homesick Alien doing a 35.5 and Alphanaut doing a 35.3. Boosted Alpha flying away out there. 33.9. He's in the 33s now, is Boosted Alpha, on those super soft tyres. He can probably pit and come back out ahead of these guys. We're 10 minutes into this 30-minute race. Homesick Alien barely holding on to a podium, with Bunny and Gazman, the two Subarus. Ooh, Bunny trying to get out of the way. Gazman trying to get a move on Bunny. Bunny avoiding Homesick. And Gazman getting the rewards from that. And Bunny down into 5th place now. Shadow Rider in 6th, not too far behind these guys. He did a 34.8 his last time around. 34.7 from Bunny, and Gazman doing a 34.4. And Bunny trying to come back against Gazman up the inside. There was a bit of contact. Gazman still maintaining that 4th place there. Subaru, the bigwigs at Subaru, saying do not take each other out of this race, because it does not look good. Side by side going down the start straight. It's going to be who's got the biggest balls, the last of the breakers. Bunny's got the inside line. And Gazman, oof, there's a lot of lag there from Bunny. That's it's got to be confusing for Gazman. But Gazman and Bunny being in this fight helps Homesick Alien. He doesn't have to defend from Bunny anymore, and now he can concentrate on trying to close back down on Alphanaut and getting 2nd spot from this race. Boosted Alpha is absolutely flying out there. 12 minutes into the race. Lap 8 for round 4 of the Pacific Rim Championship here at the Virtual Racers Club. There's Alphanut in second spot, Homesick Alien in third, with Boosted Bunny just ahead of Gazman. Gazman doing all he can. Gazman's had a good run of form in this championship. He hasn't been off the podium so far. Third in the round 1, third in round 2, and second last week at Suzuka. So he will be wanting to get a better position out of this race. 6th is a Shadow Rider, closing down on Gazman now, bringing Skyjacker, who's got himself ahead of Noxie. Noxie down into 8th spot behind Skyjacker. So Skyjacker on a comeback like last round. Joker's there in 9th, just crossing the line ahead of Rivixter. And Dutch there just on the start straight coming across. It's supposed to 36.2. Leading the way then a 33.8 last time round for Boosted Alpha. Very fast. Alphanut with his hands full of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, a 34.6 last time out for him. Just ahead of Bunny, the battle between Bunny and Gazman. There's battles all up and down the field. The arrows all look very close together. Say we've had nearly 14 minutes of racing here, coming up to lap 10. We're on lap 9. Homesick Alien trying to close down the Honda for second spot in this race. Bunny, you can see, getting closer and closer to Homesick Alien. Gazman a little bit further back. He's got to start worrying about Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider closing down on these guys now. Looked like Homesick Alien had a bit of a shake over the curves ahead of us. There's Gazman trying to grab a toe off of Bunny ahead. Shadow Rider, we look like we're a little bit too far out of that toe. So Alpha ahead of Homesick. Yeah, Homesick is under threat from Bunny. So it was true. We saw Homesick Alien wiggling on the curb of the final corner. And now he has got a 2-prong attack from 2 Subarus, with Shadow Rider in a 3rd Subaru coming up closer also. So the American marquee under absolute attack from the Japanese. Don't mention Pearl Harbor. So Homesick trying to maintain that 3rd place. Gazman has got ahead of Bunny in 4th, and now he is trying to go at the Mustang. Homesick Alien driving as defensive as he possibly can, but he knows as soon as they get... Oh, there goes Gazman. Gazman making a lovely move up the inside, but has he outbraked himself? Homesick Alien driving his normal racing line, but no, Gazman maintaining that on those super soft tyres. Now Homesick Alien floundering in the corner, and Bunny has closed right up, and there we can see Shadow Rider and Skyjacker. My word, Homesick Alien on a free fall. He's down into 5th place now. Bunny is up into 3rd ahead of Gazman. How did that happen? So Bunny up into 3rd, Gazman in 4th, Homesick Alien there in 5th. They're all coming down the start straight. This is unbelievable racing here. So Homesick Alien now is up into 3rd place, Gazman in 4th. It's all over the place. There's Homesick Alien, Bunny, Gazman. Bunny trying to go round the outside of the Mustang. Gazman trying to go up the inside of the Mustang. It's oh my word, what's going on? So everyone's still going in a straight line. I think it was just a bit of lag. Homesick Alien maintaining that 3rd. Skyjacker now coming through the group of Japanese cars to take 4th. This is terrible for the Subarus. They've really caused themselves aggro in this race. Shadow Rider now ahead of Gazman. Gazman missed out a lot in that corner. So Gazman down into 7th place, Shadow Rider up to 6th, Skyjacker now behind Bunny, but Izzy's got the inside of Bunny. Skyjacker back into 4th spot. What an absolute humdinger of a race we're getting here, from 4th, well it was 3rd, all the way down to 7th. How far behind is Noxie? He's not too far behind, keeps his head down, carries on. He'll be catching up this little train of cars. Skyjacker having another go at Homesick Alien. Skyjacker with Bunny just behind him. Gazman has got himself back ahead of Shadow Rider. Oh my word. Cars everywhere. American and Japanese cars. And there's Shadow Rider's back end, stepped out on him and round the last corner. He can't keep on the toe of these guys. There's Homesick. Oh, Bunny's up into 3rd now. Skyjacker is in 4th. Homesick is down into 5th place. He's grabbing the toe from the Corvette. I imagine they'll be helping each other out again like we saw in the first race, and it seems they have, because they've both just leaped ahead of Bunny, giving each other a bit of a bump draft. And Skyjacker in 3rd, Homesick Alien in 4th, Bunny down to 5th. They've lost Shadow Rider. Noxie, where is Gazman's gone into the pits. Gazman has gone into the pits. He's got rid of the super softs. He's back out on the softs. 18 minutes through this race, and it looked like Gazman just got overtaken by Dutch, but Dutch hasn't pitted yet. Dutch under a quarter of a tank of fuel. Dutch ahead of Rivixter. He hasn't just pitted, but he did a 146.8 his last time around. So Gazman's got it all to do. Boosted Alpha absolutely flying on his super softs. We haven't seen much of him in this race. He's been out there on his own, flying through, doing an absolutely blistering lap. Early 34s, 33.8 being his fastest. Alpha not in 2nd, Skyjacker there in 3rd, Bunny in 4th, Homesick Alien in 5th, Noxie is up into 6th. So Shadow Rider somehow has dropped behind Noxie. So perseverance from Noxie has paid off. Skyjacker and Bunny in a bitter battle for 3rd place. This race goes on and on. We're 19 minutes into it. We're nearly halfway through. Bunny trying to get the toe of the Corvette. Crazy racing. He's pulled out of the slipstream. Can he get breaking up the inside? Shadow Rider now coming into the pits. So Shadow Rider making his pit stop 19.5 minutes into this race, and Joker's also dropping into the pits. We saw the early pit stoppers in the first race did really well. So is that a great move there from the likes of Gazman, Shadow Rider and Joker's. Boosted Alpha, no sign of a pit stop from Boosted Alpha so far. He's looking okay. 34.5 his last time around. There is Alphanaut also a little bit on his own now, with Skyjacker, Bunny and Homesick Alien all in their own little battle, sat here in 3rd, 4th and 5th. Noxie a little bit further back in 6th. And we're on board the Ford Mustang with Homesick Alien at the helm. And Skyjacker there. What a comeback from Skyjacker. We've seen him spin at least twice. God knows what he'd do without the spins. Oh, Homesick Alien on those curves. There's got to be a heart-wrenching moment. Bunny looking like he's made the move on the Corvette, but has he outbraked himself? The Corvette will be getting a tow, I imagine, from Bunny, but Bunny up into 3rd spot. Beautiful driving there. Alphanaut coming in. It's time, he says. Boosted Alpha staying out there for another lap. Skyjacker also deciding it's time to come in. Homesick Alien. So Bunny stayed out there for another lap. Everyone else opting to come into the pits. Noxie as well. Dutch is deciding to stay out, but no, he's got to come in. His fuel's gone. Gazman can't be. Oh, he's trying to get the toe off of the GT. So Gazman there in 4th. Alphanaut already coming out of the pits in 3rd place. Skyjacker looks like he's back out. Homesick Alien also. So Alpha out, Gazman there up into fourth ahead of Skyjacker. So Gazman's early pit stop paying great dividends for him. He's up into fourth ahead of Skyjacker. Homesick Alien on the tail of Skyjacker. Noxie out in seventh. Shadow Rider, the earliest stopper, he's got the super softs on, and Joker's there. He pitted early. Dutch has just come out of the pits whilst Riverster goes into the pits. Dutch going out wide on those soft tyres. So Boosted Alpha, he needs that pit stop. He's coming down the start straight now. Can Alpha do a super outlap on his super soft tyres? Boosted Alpha then coming into the pits to get rid of those super softs, fill that tank up and crack on. Bunny in second place, he's also going to have to come in. I've got a feeling he's already done a super soft stint. And there is Alpha Nut. What can he do? He's just coming around up to the final corner. Boosted Alpha is stationary. He's changed the tyres. Now he's filling up the car with fuel. There goes Bunny into the pits. What can Alpha do? Can he retake the lead? Can he take the lead? Boosted Alpha is now moving. He's off. He's onto the soft tyres with mostly a full tank. And Alpha Nut there somewhat down the straight, but he moves up into second place ahead of Bunny, but Boosted Alpha is gone. But remember now, Boosted Alpha on those softs, Alpha Nut on the super softs, so Alpha Nut can just close that gap between him and Boosted Alpha. Bunny coming back out of the pits ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker in a battle with Gazman and Homesick Alien. This is fantastic. Gazman we saw come out the pits ahead of Skyjacker, so Skyjacker managing to get ahead of Gazman, and now he's going to have to take the place of a Bunny if he wants the podium. He's going for the inside line. They're both off the track. Both off the track there. Gazman coming up into fourth. He's now having a go at Bunny. Bunny coming out of the pits right into the middle of this battle. What a fight we've got going on here. Homesick Alien in fifth now, side by side with Skyjacker, the two American cars behind the two Subarus. Gazman back into his podium position. That is what he's comfortable with. Bunny down to fourth with Skyjacker in fifth, Homesick Alien sixth, and Noxie right on the tail of this. So we have got a battle from third to seventh, and Shadow Rider should be on the back of this, but he's a little bit further back. He did a 35 his last time around on those super softs. Maybe they're a little bit too sticky. But Noxie losing the back end. Noxie losing the back end as he was chasing those guys. Homesick Alien is on the tail end of Skyjacker. Gazman still in third. Shadow Rider has got himself ahead of a Noxie with Noxie's small spin. He's got a bit of damage on the front. Jokus, he's a little bit too far back to make hay out of that, with Dutch in 10th. There's a little bit of a gap between him and Jokus, and Rivixter there in 11th, a little bit further back from them guys also. So Boosted Alpha leading by a mile from Alpha Nut. Alpha Nut on those super soft tyres done a 34.5, but we saw Boosted Alpha was doing 33s and early 34s on his super softs, and that's the pace I'm afraid that Alpha Nut is gonna have to get on those super softs. Bunny back into third ahead of Gazman. Skyjacker there in fourth with Homesick Alien in sixth. These four still racing on and on. It never ends. Bunny there in looking for a podium position. Last week we saw that he was in for a good position, but he had to come into the pits right near the end. Gazman in fourth, but he's under fire from Skyjacker. Skyjacker now up into fourth. Looks like Gazman's going to lose out mostly. Gazman in fifth. He's got Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien as slotted in behind Gazman. So there you can see Bunny in third, Skyjacker fourth, Gazman fifth, Homesick Alien in sixth place. Shadow Rider a little bit further back, but the more these guys race each other, the closer Shadow Rider can get. Noxie chasing down Shadow Rider after his half spin, and now we can see in the toe of Gazman. Oh, Homesick Alien, he doesn't mind, he'll give anyone a bump. He's giving Gazman a little bump draft, try and catch up Skyjacker ahead. Yeah, Gazman breaking into the first corner, trying to find a little, Skyjacker pulling a little bit further ahead of those guys. in the wake of Bunny's toe. So Boosted Alpha there leading the way, a 34.1. Even though he's on the racing softs, he's still managing the same pace as he was on the super softs. Great stuff there. Alpha Nut, he's getting purples, but he did a 36.1 his last time around. It's not going to be fast enough to catch up Boosted Alpha in this race. Bunny there in third, looking like he's got a solid podium on the go. We're coming up to 27 minutes racing, 13 minutes left. Gazman there into fourth. And where's Skyjacker gone? Why is Skyjacker down there? I'm sure he doesn't want me to go and have a look, but we will. So Skyjacker, we can see, chasing down Bunny. All's looking good. Gets on that bloody curb again, doesn't he? And there we go. Curb sends him right over, but that's okay. That wasn't a spin. It's just a wide line. And he slots back in behind Homesick Alien. So, Boosted Alpha on those racing soft tyres. With nearly 13 minutes to go. Alpha Nut in second spot, miles away from third, Bunny. Gazman there in a fourth with his hands full of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien you can see in the rear view mirror. Looking back from Gazman's car at Homesick Alien as we come through the last part of the car corner. The Ford Mustang, very menacing in our rear view mirror as it grabs a toe. Gives us a little bump so we can get a little closer to Bunny there. We're not quite grabbing a toe from Bunny yet. So Gazman in fourth. Like I said, he hasn't been off the podium so far in the first 3 rounds of this championship. There you see Subaru, Mustang. So Subaru leading the race. 34.2 last time around from Boosted Alpha. Alpha Nut, a 34.2 also on those super soft tyres. Gazman up into third. Gazman is up into third. No, not quite. Bunny is still third, but Gazman has caught up Bunny, and there goes Homesick Alien. Whilst Gazman and Bunny squabbling over third. Homesick Alien says, I'll just drive around both of you. Thank you very much. So there you see the Mustang moving up into a third spot ahead of Bunny and Gazman down to fifth. This is a brutal race for these three. Third, fourth and fifth. Skyjacker was involved, but he's a little bit further back now. He'll be trying to catch him back up. He's not a million miles away from the guys. You can see Gazman just out of shot. Get on board. Let's have a look as they come round to the straight. We can see Shadow Rider in our rear view mirror, and it looks like Bunny is back up into third place. Bunny and Homesick Alien down the straight, side by side. Homesick Alien on the super soft tyres, Bunny on the softs, and there we can see Homesick taking that third place back, the grunt of the Mustang. But Bunny looking like he's got better drive in the corners, trying to have a go at the back of the Mustang. And Gazman there also fighting his way through this. So as we're looking back from Homesick Alien's car, you can see the two Subarus. Bunny trying to get the inside line on Homesick Alien. It looks like he's managed it. You can see Skyjacker's Corvette just in the background. No, Homesick Alien just edging forward of Bunny. Bunny trying to get alongside the Mustang. And now Gazman closing up on Bunny. There he goes again. Bunny up the inside. Can he make it stick this time? There, yes, Bunny in front. And Gazman there behind the Ford Mustang. He's also trying to find a way through. And Bunny there slipping it up into third place. Some great racing down here for this final podium position. Who's going to get it? looking back at the sexy Subaru of Gazman. He's pulling away from Gazman. Gazman can't keep up with these. He's not using the toe of the bunny, but he is now out of the car for this beautiful move. So Homesick Alien getting himself back up into third. The grunt of that Mustang doing what it does. And now Bunny is slipping down into fourth. All Bunny's snaking, so's Gazman. Those Subarus not as planted in the corners as we'd like to think. Skyjacker 34.4 from Skyjacker last time around. 35.4 from Gazman. And Bunny also at 35.3. Homesick Alien managing a 35.4. So Skyjacker won about a second faster than the cars in front of him. We're down to 8.5 minutes left of racing. Shadow Rider at 35.1. He's not a million miles away from these guys. So Boosted Alpha just managing on those racing softs at 33.7. Absolutely stunning pace from Boosted Alpha today here at Fuji. There's Alpha Nut. He managed a 34.2 his last time around, but there's just nothing he can do about Boosted Alpha today. There is Homesick Alien trying to stay in third place ahead of Bunny. Bunny trying all he can to get past that Ford Mustang, and this is the move. He does it. He did it on the last lap. He's managed it again. Ahead, but that Ford Mustang has just got so much grunt, and he just oofs his way past. And like I said, less than 8 minutes of racing here at Fuji for round 4 of the Pacific Rim Championship. These are long old broadcasts, guys, I do admit. Thank you for sticking with us. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying it. As if you wouldn't enjoy it. And there you see Bunny moving back ahead of Homesick Alien. Boosted Alpha leading the way, a 34.0 from him last time. Alpha Nut there in second place. Bunny in third now, ahead of Homesick Alien. Gazman in fourth. Skyjacker we saw really catching up. He did a 37.7 his last time around. Not a great lap from Skyjacker. Noxie there in seventh spot, ahead of Shadow Rider. So Shadow Rider has dropped behind Noxie. Is he pit or anything? He's 36.3 his last time around. Don't know what's happened to Shadow Rider, but Noxie has moved up ahead of Shadow Rider. Skyjacker losing a bit of pace also. Gazman there is dropped off the back of the Alien, and the Alien still trying to stay in touch with the Subaru of Bunny. Further back then we have Shadow Rider in 8th, Jokers all on his own in 9th, and Dutch in 10th. We've lost someone. Oh, Rivixter. So we lost Rivixter along the way. Mick Wirry said, I saw the steward's report, had a lot to say about Boosted Alpha. I don't know. It must have been from the race 1, wasn't it? Because he's not been anywhere near anyone in race 2. He's just disappeared in the distance. So Boosted Alpha 33.8. Alpha Nut there in that 35.0. Bunny in third place ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien can't live with the pace of Bunny today. Bunny did a 35.0 on lap 21 his last lap. Homesick Alien a 36.3. The super soft tyres probably starting to go away in the last 5.5 minutes of racing that we've got. Gazman maintaining that distance ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker back on the pace again now at 35.4 from Skyjacker last time around, closing down on Gazman. Like I said, Gazman hasn't finished off the podium the first 3 rounds, so this is going to be a painful race for him. Noxie there in 7th ahead of Shadow Rider on those super soft tyres. He did a 35.8 his last time around. He's quite away from Skyjacker. Shadow Rider not overly far, but 46.1. Yeah, so Shadow Rider must have had a really tough lap on lap 21, and Joker's some way behind him. So Boosted Alpha miles ahead of Alpha Nuts. It's a convincing win today for Boosted Alpha. I've got an itchy nose, sorry. Ugh. Didn't want to hear that, did you? So, Alpha Nut in second place, just managing a 34.4. Don't think the Honda had the pace of the Subaru today on those super soft tyres. Bunny there, starting to pull away from Homesick Alien, a 34.8 from Bunny last time around. Homesick Alien in fourth. Podium was looking good today, but in the end, that Subaru was just a little bit too fast. But there's a yellow flag. Who will that be for? It's not for the top guys. Must be someone further down. Oh, there we see Dutch going off the track. He may have just pulled off to give the leaders the opportunity to go by. He's just done his fastest lap, a 34.1. He's finding his pace right near the end of the race. Boosted Alpha coming across to start lap 24. We've got less than 4 minutes of racing to go. Boosted Alpha posting a 33.9 his last time around. Alpha Nut 34.4. He's not quite reached the line yet to start lap 24. There he is, a 34.5. Bunny dropping Homesick Alien on this lap. We've got 3 minutes left of racing, so about 2 laps left. Sorry, nothing to do with 2 minutes. And there, Bunny getting third, fourth for Homesick Alien. Skyjacker's up to fifth. Skyjacker's got past Gazman. Ooh, well, I'm not going to go back because it could have happened a while ago. He's quite a way ahead of Gazman. So Skyjacker, another great comeback. Like I said last week, he had a spin early doors and came back to finish in fifth, and he's repeating that. Flashman says, been liking the rear bumper cam. Well, thank you very much. Trying new things out. So Boosted Alpha. It's because I've got no F12 in replays. I haven't got my F12 button I like to hit. Coming around, start lap 25 now for Boosted Alpha. 2 minutes left of racing, so he's going to have 2 laps of racing left. I said only 2 laps left earlier. Alpha Nut, Boosted Alpha and Alpha Nut really have been above everyone else in this race, this round. Fuji. There we see Bunny coming around. Looks like his third place is going to be his. 1.5 minutes left of racing. This will be Bunny's. This next lap will be Bunny's last lap, and the rest of the fields, I imagine. So there, Bunny goes across the line. Start lap 25. Homesick Alien managing a 35.3 that last time around. Bunny doing a 34.5. Oh, Bunny though, he looks slow into that first corner. So can Homesick Alien close down on Bunny by the end of this race? It's looking okay. Bunny's got enough fuel. His tyres look okay. Yeah, he's alright. He's alright, just must have been the angle we were looking at. Skyjacker did a 35.2 his last time around. Only a tenth faster than the Mustang. So it's going to be hard for him to get any other positions out of this. Gazman has got himself ahead of Noxie, but I don't know if Gazman's fuel really low. Should be alright, we're 30 seconds away from the end. Noxie in 7th, Shadow Rider in 8th, Joker's there in 9th, and Dutch in 10th, and we lost Rivixter along the way. And there's Boosted Alpha crossing the line again. Wow, we just keep coming back to him as he crosses the line. He's so fast. He's so fast, 10 seconds left, but Alpha Nut is definitely going to get across the line to start another lap. Or is he? 2 seconds? 1 second? Yes. No, he's finished. Alpha Nut finishes in 2nd place. Here we got Bunny coming around to get a podium. Is that his first podium? He got 11th last week and a podium this week. Fantastic stuff there. 4th for Homesick Alien, 5th for Skyjacker, 6th for Gazman crossing the line, 7th there for Noxie. Brilliant stuff by Noxie. but he's got Shadow Rider right up his jacksie, but no, he's got more than enough there. Shadow Rider in 8th, Joker's coming around to finish in 9th. Boosted Alpha's some way away yet, isn't he? Oh, he's not, you know. So Joker's coming around to finish in 9th position. There's Dutch coming to finish in 10th. Boosted Alpha, yeah, we're alright. And there, don't ghost it, don't ghost it. Dutch, what you doing, man? So Dutch really slowing down to the line. There he goes. Boosted Alpha, hang on. Pause. I thought I wasn't going to get there. Wow, so that was round 4 of your Pacific Rim Championship. That's the only shot we're going to get of Boosted Alpha, it seems. Boosted Alpha, not quite, but has taken the win. Boosted Alpha, that's his 2nd win of the championship after he won round 2, after he won round 2 at Yamagawa. So 2 wins for Boosted Alpha this season, but apparently in the chat Mika says that there was some trouble with Boosted Alpha, so I don't know. Alpha Nut finishing in 2nd place, which is a great race for him. His top finish so far this season. The MTCC champion coming 2nd here at round 4. In 3rd we had Bunny. What's wrong with all these super long shots? Ugh. So Bunny finishing in 3rd place. Great stuff for Bunny there, the rookie, getting a great finish. Well, Boosted Alpha's a rookie as well. In 4th we have Homesick Alien, just off of the podium, but a good run of form for him of late. 5th for Skyjacker. After all his woes, he still ends up in a respectable finishing position. 6th for Gazman, first time off the podium this season for him, and that must be painful for, but Racer Brown also not. Oh, that's a great shot of his car though. So there you go. Gazman in 6th. He could have got a podium. He was up there. Great racing we had today. Noxie in 7th place. Noxie is up there. That's his. He did not start last round, and he got a 5th in round 2. So 7th there, and he got 9th in round 1. 8th for Shadow Rider. I don't think we've seen Shadow Rider for a couple of rounds. He got 4th in the first round, and now 8th in round 4. 9th is a Joker, same as what he got last round in the Chevy, and 10th for Dutch. No Nude Leicester again, only 1 round from Nude Leicester we had. No Cthulhu. Rivixter did not finish, and no Racer Brown. So that is, oh, let's go back to Boosted Alpha as he won. We're not going to get a better shot than that. What about if I do that and that? No, that doesn't work. So yeah, that was round 4 of your Pacific Rim Championship. Yeah, Mika says in everything happened in race 1 for Boosted Alpha. I saw he had a bit of a thing with Shadow Rider. Yeah, all in race 1, enough to drop him down to place P2. So Alpha Nut probably took that win then, but I just take it from whatever the race is, whatever I've just watched. I don't take stewards into account. That's down for Discord. That's for you lot in Discord to deal with. Any adjustments I make out like I'm doing it live, and that's just happened before the stewards. So yep, that's your race done and dusted. Round 4. Join us again for, I think we've got a Super GT final I've still yet to do, and we've got round 5 of the Pacific Rim Championship to do. Then on Friday night, which is this night, tonight, this night, we've got the Max 5 round 3 at Laguna Seca, and on Sunday we have the return of Formula X for round 6, I think, after its romantic break last week. It will return this Sunday, so please join us live Friday evening for the Max 5s and Sunday for the Formula X. Keep an eye out on YouTube for any more Super GTs. Well, there's only one more Super GT. It's the great final, and then we'll be clearing the decks ready for the GTMC that is coming up on Tuesday evenings. Pat in the chat said, saw a bit of the round 5 last night. Crazy racing. That will be round 5 of Pacific Rim, which I'll be doing Saturday, Sunday night, one of them. Anyway, enough chat. This has been a long old broadcast. You must be bored, so I will get off. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Jack Knopf. So thank you for joining me. See you again soon. Remember, be nice to everyone. Jack Knopf signing out. Thank you. Cheery bye. Heel tread socks are the best. Acerlift design wheels are the best. Lovely stickers are the best.